I keep starting out with my mic muted and I forget to unmute it. Hello. Something happened with my camera where it seems darker than it did yesterday, so let me try to fix that real quick. Because I'm definitely in the same light as last time. Ah, there we go. Booyah. Okay, what's up, everybody? Alright, so I'm just going to be honest with you guys. This is going to be a short stream because I'm A, tired. B, I didn't start streaming until now because my wife has a migraine, so I was on dad mode for the rest of the evening, getting my daughter dinner and such and getting her ready for bed and all that. So yeah, it's going to be a short one. We're probably not going to watch any games on stream unless there are some particularly spicy matchups. But I'm going to be doing a lot of simulating today of the Sandy Alexander Memorial Tournament. And for those of you that actually, I should probably wait until Kamish brings the people over here because I think he's about to do so. Yeah, I saw you lost one of your, what was it, your bullpen arm for 15 months. I know the feeling when I lost Allenson for a year, so I get it. This was the last set of spring training games, right? Like, we don't have any more. It's all ready for roster, right? Glad it wasn't started. Yeah, I feel that. I just hope I wasn't too early on extending Allenson for 10 years after he's only pitched a half season after coming back from his injury. But he seems to be fine. Last spring training games. Yeah, we'll be able to set the rosters coming up soon. So, yeah, I'm just kind of stalling at this point until Kamish brings the people over and I can talk through what I'm doing for the people that weren't here last night or haven't been here yet. But how are you doing, Denbrew, aside from losing a pitcher for the season? Possibly a season and a half if it's 15 months. That's a season and a half right there. So. I just listened to the music. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm stalling at this point. What do you think, Bowser? Yeah. I wish I could like face him more towards the camera, but whenever I face him this way. Oh, no, he's staying up. He's staying up this time. Hey. But most of the time he falls over. Hey, there we go. You gonna watch the games now? My daughter picked this out for me one time. I think it was a Christmas gift or something like that. And there's the raid. Thank you so much, Kamish. Welcome in, everybody. So, funny story. Well, maybe not funny story, but kind of a cool story. So, when I first started out streaming back in like 2020 during the COVID stuff, I knew I wanted to make all of my alerts like the baseball organ music. And so I started searching for organ music online, and I found an album that was made by the organist for the Atlanta Braves. And I knew I couldn't use copyrighted music, and he technically published this album on Amazon. So he actually had his contact information in there. I emailed him and asked, hey, can I have your permission to use your organ sounds on my stream? And he actually replied back and said yes. So all of the alert sounds you hear are the actual organist for the Atlanta Braves that made those tracks. So I thought that was pretty cool. But welcome in, everybody coming in from Kamish's stream. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Andrew Pays. I am the GM of the Cardinals in the eMLB universe, and this is the Sandy Alexander Memorial Tournament, where I have taken all of the roster. Well, I'd say all the rosters. I've taken the rosters of the eMLB teams and I have put them into Super Mega Baseball 4. And I am running a World Cup style tournament where there are 8 groups of 4 teams randomly drawn from 4 separate pools based on their finish of the 2029 season. Each team gets 6 pool games against, they play each of their division or their group opponents twice, home and away. Winners of each group will make the 8-team group bracket stage, and then we will crown a champion. This is my second year doing this. Last year I did this, and I just did a straight 32 team bracket tournament, best of 3, moving on kind of thing. The Los Angeles Angels were actually the champions of that, as Shohei Ohtani hit a walk-off home run to win the championship for the Angels. I don't think it was a final game. I believe it was that, like, they still won this. I think it was the best of 5. I think they still won 3 games to 1, but he walked it off to win that tournament last year. And so why I'm doing this is a special project that I've been doing that I really appreciate Kamish giving me the platform to do, where I am doing this in honor of my mom, who was diagnosed with colon cancer back in 2016, and she did pass away in May of last year. So I did this tournament in August of last year as a way to honor her memory, as she had recently passed. And I honestly wasn't planning on doing it again this year. I was kind of like, that took a lot of work. Like a lot of work to do, especially making all the teams in this game, because Super Mega Baseball doesn't have the licensing for Major League Baseball. So I had to create all of the teams in here, logos, uniforms, what have you, and the players. And I was just like, that was a lot of work. I have even less time now than I did last year, but Kamish was like, hey, it was really cool. We would love it if you could do it again. So I was like, you know what? In honor of my mom, let's do it again. Let's run it back. Very proud with how it ended up this time, because now I have full rosters. I didn't get the full pitching staffs in here last year. So now we have full pitching staffs. Well, full in the sense of full for this roster. This roster is actually 22 players, 13 position players, and 9 pitchers. So what they do is they have a four-man rotation and a 5-man bullpen. So, and another thing I'm doing this year that I wasn't able to do last year is I'm able to run this in the game's season mode, where not only did it set it up where where I have the schedule and then the division winners will make the bracket round or the playoffs in season mode. It also incorporates stamina, injuries, and their mojo system. So stamina, so the same pitchers can't pitch every single game. The injuries will actually take place and could knock players out for multiple games. We've already seen a few of them get taken out in the middle of a game, like the blister boo-boo on the finger yesterday. And then the mojo system is if players do something really good or really bad, their mojo will go up and down. Also, different pressure situations can make a player's mojo go up or down. And it's basically like dynamic hot and cold system that will change even within a game. It's not even necessarily from game to game. It'll change within the moment. For example, if you guys didn't see the clip from yesterday where Charlie O'Connor, the right fielder for the Minnesota Twins, robbed Marc-Andre Fleury of the Pittsburgh Pirates of a 2-run home run and doubled off Ishmael Bracamontes off of first base, his mojo went up on that. You'll see a little, if you watch the clip, you'll see a little icon pop up over his head where his mojo went up for making that amazing play. So I love to have that incorporated into this year's tournament. Now, I will say, because I'm starting late today, because my wife had a migraine, so I was on dad mode, taking care of my daughter before she went to bed tonight. I probably will not be showing any games tonight. Well, actually watching the games actually play, because I need to simulate through a ton of games, and because there's no way I'm getting through all of the games just by watching all of them. We did 16 games on stream last night. Which I will be uploading the full VOD to the YouTube channel per Kamish's request. That took 4.5 hours to do. That was only 16 games. We have 96 pool games that we have to play, or group stage games that we have to play. So there's definitely going to be a lot of simulating, and we're going to do a lot of that tonight. We'll probably sim through the next 32 plus games, so that way we get through the first set. Basically, we'll get through half of the group stage games at that point, where we'll be able to see the standings, see if any team has pulled far ahead. Does any team go 3-0? Does any team go 0-3? Do we have teams that are on their way to winning the division? Do they have teams that are probably not going to make it after going 0-3? But we will be simulating them because I just need to get through a lot of them. But we do have some new donations incentives, as you see right below me. Kamish did announce on his stream, the one at the very bottom or in the middle, if we hit 5K with this bar right here, if we hit 5K before Saturday, before Kamish goes live with his main streamathon event, I will be shaving my head. Now, it doesn't really look like it'll do much because I did actually get a buzz cut a few weeks ago, get that summer haircut. But I did not fully buzz it because I'm always afraid that if I fully shave my head, it ain't going to grow back. So I am concerned about that. But this was actually my wife's idea. She's like, why don't you do the whole shave your head thing that a lot of people do for cancer awareness stuff? So like, all right, fine. I'll do that if you're okay with it. But I do have to keep the beard. Because ever since I grew the beard out, she's loved it, and I'm keeping it. I've looked at pictures of myself when I didn't have the beard. I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I not do this sooner? I get the same cut for the same reason. Yeah, the man, it's too hot in St. Louis to have longer hair. Anyway, so yeah, if we get to 5K before Saturday's main event, then I will be shaving my head. If we do it early enough, you'll get to see me do it live on stream. Otherwise, I'll probably have to do it during the day Saturday and just post pictures of it on my social media later. But if you guys get it done early enough, we could do that while I'm streaming on Friday. So just more incentive for you to get it done earlier. But during the stream, I do have a couple of incentives to do while I'm streaming today. If you donate $10, you can ask me anything. I will not guarantee that I will answer every single question because if you guys end up, because I know some of the maturity levels to people in here, if you ask a question that I am uncomfortable answering, I will not answer it. But I'm pretty much an open book. I don't really mind answering any questions that you have unless it's like something inappropriate or something like that. But yeah, $10, ask me anything. You can either leave it in the comments of the donation, which thank you, Attica, for posting that in the chat. You can either post it in there or just post it in the chat after you donate. That's fine. And then I want to see if anyone would like to join in on the home run challenge. The one I did do some test simulation with another season mode just to see what simulation would look like. Really, all we see are the scoring plays of the game, and it goes by pretty quick, actually. So we'll have to pay close attention as the games are simulating. I can't go back and see any box scores, unfortunately. Like, even if I go to the schedule, like, I can't look at this game that the Yankees played. All I see is that the A's beat the Yankees 3-0. I can't see the stats of that game. So unfortunately, they don't save box scores here. So the only stat that I can track through the simulation is watching the scoring plays as they show up on the simulation and counting how many times it says home run hit by X player. So I want to see if anyone is down to be a part of the home run challenge where they're doing $1 per home run. I don't even know if anyone's paying attention at this point. Because really only Attica's talking right now. But if anyone's down to sign up for the $1 per home run challenge, I will keep this this counter updated. Sean is in. We got one. Hey, Sean, how you doing? Saw that Michael Sean Kane had a spring training game with 4 home runs. Good Lord. Hope he doesn't use them all up before the season starts, right? Now that you're not in my division anymore, I can say that. You can have all the fun you want over in the West. I need to focus on the Central now. All right, so we got one at least. Anyone else want to get in on this $1 per home run challenge? And if you need to leave stream at any time, you can go ahead and donate whatever the amount of home runs we have at the time you have to leave stream. I'm just going to leave this rolling all night. So if people want to donate as we go, that's fine. I told him to save that stuff. That's right. Now I'm just thinking back to Space Jam. It's Michael's secret stuff, right? He's using his secret stuff too soon. So yeah, I will be updating the counter as we go, as we simulate, and I have to pay close attention to what's going on there because the simulation kind of goes by quick. So let's go for an example. I am going to simulate one at a time just so we can make sure we don't miss any good games here. Danny Smith Jr. can't hit homers anymore. Oh no. So sad. Boo-hoo. Go Cardinals. Hey, he's an S tier. Okay, you know what? All right, you know what? I'm going to prove to you. He was not nerfed by me. Where are the edit team control? I will show you Danny Smith Jr.'s... Oh, not team control. Customized league. That's where it is. I will show you Danny Smith Jr.'s stats. Where are the Cubs? Down at the bottom. Danny Smith Jr. is an S tier player here. All right? Look at this. Look at this. And I pulled this straight from OSA ratings. He has a power of 78, which is not near the top. Obviously, there's people with 80s and 90s power. But he's still an S tier player with 99 fielding, 99 arms. So I don't want to hear any complaining. The group is down at the bottom. Jeez, Danny. You're just trying to fight words with me. Fight words? You're just trying to use fighting words against me. There we go. Anyway, so... this is a Group D matchup between the Tigers and the Yankees. So interesting thing about Group D, you can see the standings in the bottom right-hand corner. No, down that way. I got to do opposite than what I'm seeing on the screen. Down that way. The Tigers beat the Marlins in the very first game of this tournament, which was an upset because technically the Marlins are the 2 seed in this group. The Yankees are the 1 seed after their Cinderella run in the playoffs last season in the real eMLB. Which meant the Tigers and the A's were the 3 and 4 seeds. So the 3 and 4 seeds both pulled off upset with the Tigers over the Marlins and the A's over the Yankees. So it'll be interesting to see. Can the Yankees bounce back, or will the Tigers drop the Yankees to 0-2 and pull themselves into 2-0 in the group and put pressure on the A's and Marlins to catch up? So let's go. Let's simulate this game. Let's see what happens, and we will pay attention to the home run counter. So I will tell you, it'll be at the top of the screen because what it'll do, I don't know why it does this. I wish they had a better simulation thing. They'll pull up the entire standings in front of us, and the plays will scroll across the very top of the screen. So we need to pay attention to that top of the screen to see how many home runs are hit in this game, if any. So here we go. Simulate. Yes. Double play, sac fly. Yankees win on a sacrifice fly, 1-0. See how fast that was? So with that, back to the season standings. With that, the Tigers and Yankees are now tied at 1 apiece. Although the Tigers are currently winning the tiebreaker because they had a 3. They now have a positive 2 run differential, whereas the Yankees have a -2 run differential. So there we go. So Group H. This was fun. The Pirates lost 1-0 after Charlie O'Connor robbed a home run from Marc-Andre Fleury, doubled off Bracamontes at first, and then a solo home run by, I believe, Jack Parkman. Was the difference in the Twins upsetting the Pirates. And then the Giants took down the Portland Stags. Michael Sean Kane had a moonshot to center field on that one. And they won, I believe, like 4-2 or something like that over the Portland Stags. So, Giants, Pirates. Again, another situation. Do the Pirates, the number 1 seed, do they drop to 0-2? Do the Giants, the 2 seed, pull to 2-0 and take a big lead in the group? We shall see. Ready? Here we go. 2-run home run by Exley, and that is a win for the Pirates. Hold on. Did I hit the wrong button? Oh, I have to hit A. Okay. So that is a 2. So that was 1 home run. That's $1. Where's my... Oh, I didn't pull up the edit thing. That's 1. That's 1. I wish there was an easier way for me to edit this on the fly. Do you see... Is it editing it live? Oh, it is. Okay, so I could just keep this up. Perfect. Okay. So we got 1 home run. That's 1. Cheaters just because they're the Pirates. Let's go back to the schedule so we can see what was the final score. Was it 3-2, 3-1? Oops. Got to go around the horn. 3-1 was the final score of the Pirates and Giants. Now we jump right back to Group D. jumping right back to Group D. So we have the Marlins taking on the A's. If the Marlins win this game, all 4 teams will be set at 1-1. So let's see what happens. RBI single reaches on air, and the Marlins do bring the entirety of Group D to even standings. Everyone's at 1-1. The Tigers are leading the group because they have the run differential bonus, but the Marlins, they scored 2 runs off of errors in that game. But that will be, I wish there was a way to slow down how fast it simulates. But anyway, so Group D is all tied up at 1 game across the board. Now, Group E. By the way, I'm still waiting for people to put in something for Ask Me Anything. Y'all need to take advantage of that. Y'all could ask some really crazy questions of me. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. Sorry, making sure that is set up. So we've got the Dodgers and the Nationals. So we have the 2 teams that actually won their game in Group E, with the Dodgers outlasting the Guardians in 6 extra innings. Another funny moment from yesterday's stream. Rob Stratton, an outfielder for the Dodgers, pinch hit for Camacho, the catcher. And the computer, for some reason, left Stratton in at catcher. He allowed like 5 or 6 pass balls, but one of the pass balls that he allowed ended up getting the runner out at the plate, which was the automatic runner to start at second for the inning, which cut down any chance of the Guardians tying the, or no, it was the Red Sox, any chance of the Red Sox tying the game. And then he dropped the 3rd strike, but was still able to throw out the runner at first. So we'll see what the Dodgers and the Nationals do. Who will take a 2-0 lead in the group? Double play, RBI double. The Nationals pull off the upset over the Dodgers as they move to 2-0 in the group. Dodgers will fall to 1-1. That is Group E. The Nationals have won 2 games by 1 run. And the Dodgers have now dropped a game and won a game, each by 1 run, so their run differential is 0. So now, who will join the Dodgers in the 1-win club between the Guardians and the Red Sox? We'll find that out later. So now we've got the Orioles and the Phillies, another set of teams that both have a win so far. The Orioles had a walk-off home run from Buster Bluth in extra innings versus the White Sox, while the Phillies kind of took care of business against the Brewers. They didn't really have any trouble there. Moving on. Oh, hey, Hebrew, let's go Phillies, he says. Orioles versus Phillies. Solo home run, 2-run home run, solo home. There was 3 home runs in that game, and Baltimore takes it. So 3 home runs. So we're now up to 4. Boom. 4 home runs by the 2 teams in that one. I hope I'm catching all of them. Some people might have to rewind the stream and check it back. Rigged. Do you see? I'm just pressing buttons here. I'm not telling the computer to do anything. So what? I don't see. The thing is, I'm focusing so much on trying to make sure I catch all the home runs that I don't even see the final score. View schedule. I just passed it. There it is. It was a 3-1 score for the Orioles over the Phillies. So that means the Orioles will jump to 2-0. The Phillies will drop to 1-1. Yet another 1-0 versus 1-0 game. We've got the Reds versus the Angels. The Reds took down the Braves, and the Angels took down the #1 overall seed, San Diego Padres. The Angels are the defending tournament champions, but they got randomly drawn into the group with the #1 overall seed, San Diego Padres, but they have taken the first game. So the Padres will have some work to do to catch up to the Angels if the Angels keep winning. So let's go next. RBI single, and the Reds. How many innings was that? The Reds win 1-0 in extras. So the Reds take control of the Group A. Look at that. Group A, which is covered up here. Covered up a little bit. Let me move this over here. Here, I'll slide this to the side for now. So the Reds are now 2-0 in Group A. Angels at 1-1, and the Padres and Braves both at 0-1. Not going to lie, did not expect that coming out of the gate for the Reds. No offense, but with the Angels and the Padres in your group, you would think that would be a tough hill to climb, but they took down the Angels 1-0. All right, next. We've got the Astros versus the Expos. The Astros took down my Cardinals in the first game, and then the Expos lost to the Rays. Rays set this was the last game of the stream last night, was the Rays versus the Expos, and the Rays set the highest run score of the day with, I believe, 9 runs with 3 or 4 home runs, a couple of 3-run home runs, and a couple of solo shots as well. So the Rays just absolutely destroyed the Expos that game. While Houston, I think, won 2. Yeah, they won 2-0 over the Cardinals. Bradford pitched a shutout, and Rowan had a 2-run homer. So we will see if the Astros can take a big lead in the group. Astros, Expos. Triple home run. There was 1 home run, but the Montreal Expos won 6-2. We do add a home run to the counter. 6-2 win for the Expos. Anything can happen in this tournament, baby. Oh my goodness. All right. Someone needs to do and ask me anything. Someone needs to put that $10 towards charity to do and ask me anything. I want to answer some questions. I mean, it's going to a good cause. It's not like you're giving it to me to answer questions. You're giving it to charity for me to answer questions. So someone's got to do something, right? All right. The Blue Jays versus Mariners. You know what? This will be our first. This will be a game we'll watch. The Blue Jays and the Mariners were a part of what I called the group of death, which has Blue Jays, Mariners, Diamondbacks, and Cubs. The Mariners took down the Cubs, and the Blue Jays took down the Diamondbacks. So I think with 2 1-0 teams, we're going to go ahead and watch this game. So we will get into this game, and we will keep track of the home runs. We will keep track of them. So we will see. Kyler Murray is hurt or is tired. He's weak. So it looks like we're going to need to sub Kyler Murray out, which is interesting. Let's see. Ramirez is a first baseman. Looks like the best thing to do here would be to bring in Stevenson and drop him down in the order. I'm going to drop Merriman down to the bottom here. So I am going to set the lineups as I best see fit. I'm trying to put as little bias into this as possible, but with Kyler Murray having that much of a downgrade in his stats because he is weak, that's part of the cool thing about this mode, is having to deal with all these injuries and stuff. William Money is tired because he pitched last game. So Braden Halliday will take the mound for the Blue Jays here. And we will see about the lineup for the Marlins. They look fine, minus Rosario, who started the last game. So Cecil Cantrell will be on the mound for the Marlins. So here we go. First game that we're watching today. And we'll see if we'll add any more home runs to the counter. We're currently at 5, so at least one person I know is on the challenge. Gonna do $5. Let me bring this up a bit. Okay, here we go. So J-Rock Carew will lead things off for the Blue Jays, with Cecil Cantrell on the mound for the Mariners. Line drive to short. Diving stop by Nasim Nunez. Over to first. Gets him. That's a clean play by the defensive-minded shortstop. Luis Ramirez steps in. So this is kind of how we'll do the stream tonight, is I will be simulating most of them, but if there's a particularly spicy matchup like this one, as Ramirez will get a double into the gap, that we will watch those big high-profile games. And it's going to be mostly if teams are 1-0 matched up against each other, like this one, the two 1-0 teams in the Blue Jays and the Mariners. Ball outside. So we have a runner in scoring position already, and that is a deep fly ball to center. Luis Contreras is settling underneath it. He will take that in for out number 2. Ramirez is going to try to get to third on the play, and he will barely get in there. That was too close for comfort.
Number 22, Ed Brown.
And here is Ed Brown, the CCP of Tim Lowry. Let's see what he can do with a runner on third and 2 outs. In these 3-inning games, any mistake, any advantage you can get can be the difference. There are a lot of low-scoring games here. And Brown will deliver a single up the middle, scores the run from third. And the Blue Jays take a 1-0 lead in the top of the first. Now, I don't know if you saw the little down in mojo for Cecil Cantrell there as he gave up the RBI single. So you can see his stats are a little bit down. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, just a little bit below. The dotted lines are where they normally are, and the bars are where they currently are. So his stats are a little bit down right now as a long fly ball, deep right field, but just not enough as Stout will take this in at the track. Blue Jays take a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the first. Juan P.A. will lead things off for the Mariners against Braden Halladay, the CCP of Harris, who is the son of Roy Halladay. Strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes, or 2-2. Strike 3, swinging, see ya.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 15, James Bond.
Bond. James Bond. I don't have an English accent. Fly ball to center, but not going to be deep enough as Merriman brings that in for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 31, Chris Stout.
Chris Stout will step in. 104 on the gun from Halladay. Maybe I overinflated the velocity a little bit. I mean, it's on a scale of 0 to 100 to 99, so. And Halladay is definitely up there. I think he's got 95 velocity based on his OSA rating. Strike 3 swinging, fastball low and away, 100 miles an hour. That's hard to catch up with. And the Mariners, I almost said Marlins. The Mariners go down 1-2-3.
Catcher number 2, Ham Porter.
Ham Porter stepping in. The great Hambino. Ball in the inside corner. Cantrell trying the curveball multiple times here. Fastball grounded the second. Spitzer over to Bond for out number 1.
The second baseman, number 11, Brandon Rogers.
Brendan Rodgers, the second baseman for the Blue Jays, steps in. And he pops a fly ball to right. Stout will settle underneath this one and bring it in for out number 2. Always got to be careful if I'm starting to bring it in a little too early. I hope they don't drop it whenever I do that. Curveball over the outside, strike 1. Fastball, strike 2. Quickly down 0-2, and he's got to fight to stay alive. This is Mike Stevenson, who is in for the injured Kyler Murray. Either injured or tired, one of the two. I couldn't tell. 2-2 pitch from Cantrell in the dirt ball. Full count. And he smokes a line drive into the gap. That's going to get down and go to the wall. Stevenson rounds first, heads to second. Contreras throws it in, but it will not be in time. Stevenson with a 2-out double puts himself in scoring position to see if Merriman can come through with 2 outs and extend the Blue Jays lead. Strike 1. Cantrell looking to get out of the jam here. Fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Merriman, who these days is known more for his glove than his bat as he strikes out, leaving the runner stranded at second. Kelly, Contreras, and Nunez. Why is Contreras hitting in the middle? I need to pay more attention to their lineup.
Third baseman, number 33, Eric Kelly.
Eric Kelly is stepping in. Ball one on the inside corner. The Eradicator. Fly ball to left. That ball is gone. Home run. Eric Kelly. That adds another number to the board. That is number 6 on the night. That's an eradication right there. That is for sure. I guess I don't know why Luis Contreras was put in the 5 spot in this lineup, but hey, he had a solo home run in the game yesterday, so I can't discount it too much. And he lines one to the left field corner. But Ed Brown makes a nice play to bring it in quickly. Contreras is held to a single. Next up, the shortstop, Nasim Nunez, who in last year's tournament was playing for the Brewers. He surprised a bunch of people. He had so many home runs, and he helped lead the Brewers to the championship game, or the championship round against the Angels. They were the runner-up in the tournament, and Nasim Nunez was a big reason why. He had a lot of home runs, I remember, last year. Ground ball to the right side. That's going to get through. No, Rogers gets out at first. Nice play in the hole. But the Mariners do have a runner on second with 1 out here for Ketel Marte. Not exactly the player he is in real life in this universe. He's like average in this universe. Average at best, maybe. Low ball 3-1 to Marte. And that misses ball 4. So first and second with only 1 out. And Dave Spitzer, the second baseman, will step up. Strike 1. Foul, fair ball. Nice play by Carew. He's going to throw it all the way over to first for out number 2. The runners do move up on the play as now Joe Louis Brown has the chance to put the Mariners on top here with 2 outs. 2 runners in scoring position for him here. Halliday looking to get out of the jam. Ball up in the... I keep saying up in the zone. Up out of the zone. That one's a strike up and in the zone. Strike 3 swinging, and the game stays tied. Joe Louis Brown strikes out with runners in scoring position. And we move to the final inning here, tied at 1, thanks to the solo home run by Eric Kelly, the Eradicator. Eradicated that ball into the left field bleachers. And the Blue Jays will start out with a fly ball. Left field deep. That ball is gone. Solo home run. I believe that was J-Rod Carew, the leadoff hitter. As he goes Oppo Taco. Yes, it is J-Rod Carew, and he almost trips on his bat. J-Rod Carew with the Oppo Taco puts the Blue Jays out in front, and we got to add a home run to the counter. That's number 7. Hopefully Sean Paxler does not regret agreeing to the $1 per home run, because we're going to be getting through a lot of games today. Fly ball to left, just foul. Line drive into the gap. That's going to get down and roll to the wall. Is this? I think that's Ramirez's second double in the exact same spot. Yes, I believe that was Ramirez again. So he's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. And here comes Trevor Gretzky. He had a solo home run in game 1 in this tournament. And he lines one over second. That's going to get another run in. Trading places with Ramirez. Back-to-back doubles. Put another run on the board for the Blue Jays as they now lead 3-1. And then Ed Brown, who has not gotten out this tournament, commentator curse, batting 1,000 on the season, had the RBI single in the first. Let's see if, and he does it yet again, a single up the middle, but this time we won't get a run scored as Contreras gets the ball in quickly. Corner, runners at the corners with still nobody out here. And I didn't even realize Osuna is now pitching, not Cantrell. I missed when I was probably checking my phone. I missed when that changed. Fly ball to right. Stout's going to get underneath it for the catch, but that will be a sac fly that brings the runner home. And that is now a 4-1 lead for the Blue Jays. Cam Porter stepping in with 1 out runner on first. You have to, ball in the dirt gets away, and the runner's going to move up to second. I guess that's a metal door over there. That was a ping and a half. Ball 3. Strike 1. 3-1 to Porter, who's watched 2 straight curveballs go by with a 3-ball count. Interesting tactic. Ground ball to third. Kelly backhands, and he's going to tag the runner out and gets the double play. Wow. Ed Brown was trying to advance to third on the ground ball, but Eric Kelly saw it coming, tagged him, cannoned the ball over to first, and got the double play. What a heads-up play by Eric Kelly. Rafael Martinez is going to come in and try to close things down for the Blue Jays, who still have a 3-run lead. Eric does it all. He's got a solo home run and a double play, but his Mariners trail by 3. Ground ball to first. Gretzky's got that no problem. Out number 1. Next up is the first baseman. I probably should have put him in the outfield, but James Bond is looking to get on base, and that is a squibber to short. Cage bare hands, gets it to first. No problem there. And the Mariners are down to their last out. Toronto looking to go 2-0 in pool play so far. Should I call it pool play or group stage? I guess it doesn't matter either way. It's the same thing. Strike 2. Down to their last strike. He watches the curveball down. Watches the slider in. Curveball backdoors him. Strike 3 looking. And call it a pool party. And the Blue Jays will go up 2 games in the group. Mariners fall to 1-1 in this I proclaimed group of death, Group G. And next up is the Cardinals versus the Rays. As much as I would love to watch my team play, I wouldn't call this a marquee matchup because the Cardinals did fall to 0-1. So, like I said, most likely going to be watching the games that are 1-0 versus 1-0 here. So we will simulate this. We got Cole Winn taking on Yanson Guerrero. Good night, Kamish. Thank you for the stream tonight. Thank you for the raid. And hopefully we'll have some people ask me anything. I haven't had anyone do an ask me anything yet. Come on. Is $10 really that expensive? I just want the punching kitty to show up on stream. Have a good night, Kamish. But yeah, here we go. Simulating Cardinals versus Rays. Rays take a 1-0 lead, and they will... there were no home runs, right? No home runs. I don't think. I was watching the score that time. Good job, me not paying attention. Can I rewind this? Here. Let me see. Yeah, I can rewind it a little bit. There was a solo home run that I missed. Aiden Pearson hit a home run. So that does add a counter. I was able to rewind the stream. Whoops. So, yeah, that's a home run for Aiden Pearson. And, yes, Expos did win their second game. They took down the Houston Astros. And the Cardinals are now 0-2 in the group. Dang nabbit. Now you know this ain't rigged. I would not let my team fall to 0-2 that way. But the Rays are now leading the group at 2-0 as they took down the Expos and the Cardinals, and they will face off against the Astros in the next game. So we will move on from there. We got the Rangers versus the Royals. By the way, GT, are you in on this $1 per home run? We're up to 8 home runs so far in the stream. A couple of them we saw in the we just watched the Mariners take on the Blue Jays, and we saw home runs from. Who hit it for the Blue Jays? I know Eric Kelly hit it for the Mariners. Who hit it for the Blue Jays? J-Rod Carew. J-Rod Carew hit it for the Blue Jays. So, Rangers, Royals coming up next. Won't matter though with Tampa Bay being 2-0 and beating the Expos by 7. Yeah, if you get ties, that's gonna be rough. 2-run home run by Alex Lee will add another to the counter. We're up to 9, and the Rangers are now up 2 games in their group. Which group are they? They're over in Group F. Group F, 2-0 now, as the Royals will fall to 0-2. And the Rangers are up to 2-0. Next up, Guardians, Red Sox, a battle of teams that lost their first game in the first round. We will see what happens here. Guardians, Red Sox. Guardians lost that heartbreaker in 6 innings, 1-0 against the Dodgers. No, sorry, Red Sox lost the heartbreaker 6 inning against the Dodgers, while the Guardians lost to the Nationals. So the Nationals are now up 2-0 in this group as they took down the Dodgers earlier. So you got Guardians, Red Sox coming up. And a 2-run home run by frickin' Fritz Flaherty. Yeah, say that 5 times fast. Will add another home run to the counter. We're up to 10. And that will be enough for the Guardians to take down the Red Sox. Braves, Padres. Padres looking to bounce back after they lost to the Angels in their first game. The Braves are looking to bounce back after the Reds took them down. The Reds actually took down the Angels, so they are currently on top of the group with a 2-0 record. With the Angels at 1-1, the Padres looking to draw even with the Angels here in this game. But the Braves will pull off the upset, and the Padres fall to 0-2. The number 1 seed in this entire tournament falls to 0-2 with 4 games left to play. Wow. Now, the good thing is they have yet to play the Reds. Oh, wait, no, wait. There wasn't a home run that game. I don't know why I'm changing that. They do play the Reds next, so they have a chance to take down the team at the top of the group. But yeah, World Series hangover indeed. The Brewers and White Sox are coming up now. White Sox had the unfortunate loss on the walk-off home run by the Orioles' Buster Bluth. The Orioles then took down the Phillies to go on top of the group by 2 wins to none, no losses. And the Brewers lost to the Phillies in game 1. I think it was like 5-1, I believe. So Brewers and White Sox. And the Brewers will shut out the White Sox 3-0 and move to 1-1 on the tournament, while the White Sox will fall to 0-2. That's Group B action. So with that, what games do we have left? It looks like we've got the Rockies and the Mets left, and then the D-backs and Cubs, and then Twins and Stags. So we've got 3 games left in this second slate. So we got the Mets and Rockies here, 0-1 versus 1-0. We're going to simulate through and see what happens. Sacrifice fly and walked in a run, and the Rockies will go up 2-0. The Mets will fall to 0-2. The only group so far that have 2 teams at 2-0. All the other groups have only 1 team at 2-0. Wow. Okay. And then we have Group D where everyone's 1-1. We still have the Twins that might have a chance to go 2-0, and then we have D-backs and Cubs both have losses. So, speaking of Cubs, D-backs, the French free agent Hervé Briand, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I have no clue. Hervé Briand will take on Brock Rutherford. One of those interesting out of the park baseball things where a player just suddenly appears and it's a mad grab to try to get him because he looks really good. And the Cubs paid a lot of money for him, which I wasn't going to pay. Just saying. Anyway, moving on. Cubs, Diamondbacks. Is Danny Smith Jr. still here? His player's playing. Let's see what happens. RBI double, but Austin Bodie, who was one of the good players by the D-backs in the first game, as he sniffed out a suicide squeeze for a double play, and the Diamondbacks will drop the Cubs to 0-2 on the tournament. So both the Cubs and the Cardinals are 0-2. How about that? And now we have the last game of Slate 2. We have the Minnesota Twins taking on the Portland Stags. No home run there. We're still at 10. Anyone else want to get in on this challenge? $1 per home run. I know I've got Sean in on it. Sean Paxler is in on it. We're at 10 home runs so far, which is less than, it's like half a home run. Oh no, we've got 16 games. So it's a little bit more than half a home run a game so far. I mean, 3 inning games, there's not going to be, I think there was 3 in one game actually. So if you take that out, we're only at 7. So, all right. So we've got the Twins and the Stags. The Twins, remember, pulled off the big upset over the Pirates. I'm going to keep talking about that until people get sick of me talking about it, for all I care. Here we go. Twins, Stags. Solo home run, but the Twins will move to 2-0 in the group. 2 home runs in that game, 1 by each team. But the Twins take home the 2-1 victory. Again, I wish this game would let me slow down the sim, or at least like make it easier for me to see and like see like a recap or something. I don't know. But there we go. The Twins are now on top of Group H over the Giants and Pirates as we finish out slate number 2. Every team has now played 2 games so far. And we've got in Group A, we have the surprising Reds at 2-0 with the Padres down at the bottom at 0-2. Group B, we've got the Orioles at 2-0 with the White Sox at 0-2. Group C, another surprise, we have the Rays at the top of Group C with the Cardinals sitting at 0-2, which is a surprise. And then the Astros and Expos at 1-1. Group D, everyone's at 1-1 with the Tigers, Marlins, A's, and Yankees. Group E, the Nationals, yet another surprise, are at 2-0 over the Guardians and Dodgers at 1-1 and the Red Sox at 0-2. Group F, we have 2 2-0 teams with the Rangers and Rockies at the top of the group. That's going to be a game we need to watch if we come up to it again, with the Royals and Mets sitting at 0-2. Group G, we've got the Blue Jays at 2-0, the Diamondbacks and Mariners at 1-1, and the Chicago Cubs sitting at 0-2 after getting upset by the Diamondbacks. And then Group H, we've got the Twins at 2-0, Giants and Pirates at 1-1, and the Stags at 0-2. Moving on to Slate 3. We've got the Twins versus the Giants. So Twins are one of the Cinderella stories so far, as they are the 3 seed in Group H. They are 2-0 so far, taking down the Pirates and the Stags, and they look to go to 3-0 against the Giants. Here we go. Solo home run by Ming-Ha Soo, and the Giants will knock off the Twins, and they are now tied at the top of the group at 2-1. Well done, Giants. Oh, and then we're following right up with the other Group H matchup. So after this game, half of the games will be played. If the Pirates win, we'll have a 3-way tie at the top of the group, with the Stags probably out of it at this point. So we'll see what happens here. All right. By the way, is the stream going well for you guys? I'm getting like this like thing on Twitch that's telling me my bit rate's in the red. And I don't know if that's causing any issues or not. I feel like it's fine. It looks fine on my end. So anyway, I've had no issues. Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Okay. Anyway, back to this. So Stags, Pirates. The Stags are I feel like this is a must win for the Stags. I feel like this is a must win with the Pirates at 1-1, the Stags at 0-2. If the Stags go down 0-3, I think they're pretty much done for, with the other 2 teams 2 games ahead with 3 games to play. So we'll see what the Stags can do in this game. 2-run home run, but the Pirates will take it 3-2 after the Stags hit a 2-run home run, which will add another to the counter. That's 14. The Stags hit a 2-run home run, but the Pirates will take it 3-2. Yes, it's so I wanted to set it to 3 games in the group, but the schedule, the season mode wouldn't let me do an odd number of games because they want to make sure that each team has the same number of home and away games to keep the schedule balanced. So I set it to 6 games per team. So you play each team twice, 1 home, 1 away. So, and Stags. So yes, this is not the end of the group stage at all. My plan is tomorrow I'm actually going to mix things up. I'm actually going to stream some backyard sports content. I've got 2 online leagues that I'm a part of that I've got to play games for, and I figure why not incorporate that into my stream, because I have to at least stream the game to the Discord anyway. Might as well stream it on my Twitch. And then I've got a backyard soccer league that I've got to do. So I'm going to turn tomorrow into a backyard sports stream, and then Thursday, what I plan on doing is once we get through slate 4 here, sorry, this is slate 3. Once we get through slate 3. Once we get through slate 3, we're going to have 4, 5, and 6 to go. I'm going to do what I'm doing now for 4 and 5, and then 6, we're going to really watch the key games that will decide any of the groups. As well as in stage 4 is going to be mostly simmed probably, but stage 5 and 6, we're going to look at key games to see who can clinch some divisions, clinch some groups. So that will be Thursday, and then Friday will be the final 8-team bracket round. That's the goal. All right, so we got Guardians and Dodgers here. Both of them are looking up at the Nationals as at 2-0 in the standings. So both of these teams looking to get a leg up. These are the 1 and 2 seeds from this group, both looking up at the 3 seed Nationals in the standings. So we got Eric Carpenter going up against Juan Zapala. And we are going to simulate. And the Guardians take home the 1-0 win over the Dodgers, over Los Dodgers. And which group is that? Where's that group? That's Group E. And the Guardians move to 2-1. The Dodgers now fall to 1-2. And then we're going to follow it right back up with Group E. Final. I think the schedule is like this. They're going to end up with the same group going back to back here. But we got the 2-0 Nationals versus the 0-2 Red Sox. And this would be really interesting if the Red Sox pulled off the upset here. It would really put the group in the flux with the Nationals and Guardians going 2-1 and the Dodgers and Red Sox going 1-2. Every team would be within 1 of each other. So we'll see what happens. And a solo home run by Pepe Clark did it. We have an upset as the Nationals fall. We now have 15 home runs on the day, and the Red Sox will bring this group to this is the competition now in this group. Every team is within 1 game of each other with 3 games left to play. So that's going to be a fun group to watch down the stretch, as well as Group H, minus the Stags. Sorry. Group H has everyone at 2-1 except for the Stags. All right. So we got okay. This is the game we're going to watch. 2 2-0 teams going up against each other. We've got the Rangers and the Rockies. Surprising Rockies, who are the 3 seed in this group, have taken down the Royals and the Mets. Both of these teams have taken down the Royals and the Mets at this point, as both teams are 0-2. both Royals and Mets are 0-2. But the Rockies are the 3 seed in this group, and they took down. They handled bare business against the Royals, and they took down the Mets, which was considered an upset. The Mets are the 2 seed in this group. We got the Rangers and the Rockies. We are going to going to watch this game. And so we've got Chad Cuff on the mound as the number 3 starter in this rotation, going up against, okay, so this looks like the same lineup from before. I don't like CJ Abrams in center. I'm going to sub him for Maldonado because I believe he should be the starting center fielder with, well, I don't know, Jack Trainer, speaking of, should not be this low in the order. Alex Lee is on high mojo right now. He's got some ratings increases. You know what? I think Trainer is... Oh, no. He's left field in second. Yeah, we'll go like this. We'll go like this. No, I believe Abrams is supposed to be second and Barrios is supposed to be third. Pino is supposed to be DH. You know what? We'll do this. We'll sub out Roller, put in Abrams. Abrams will play second. Barrios. And then put Guerrero first, Barrios at third. No, you know what? Abrams has a better arm. We'll put him at third. And Barrios at second. There we go. Okay, cool. We'll do that. And I'm going to put Abrams in the 2 spot. Barrios, Guerrero, Pino, Lee, Trainer, Trevino, and Maldonado. There. Okay, that's good for the Rangers. Then for the Rockies, Dawson, Ryder, Williamson, Brewster. I don't know if Brewster should be up that high in the order. I believe Flores should be up here. Ryder is high mojo. He hit a grand slam in the first game, so he's looking good right now. There we go. All right, here we go. And is that Juan Aguilar? Yeah, Juan Aguilar is going to go for the Rockies in this one. Here we go. 2-2-0 teams facing off. Who will take the commanding 3-0 record into the last half of the pool play? Or the pool party, as Kamish called it. I have to remind you of what? Remind you of what? Don't know what you're talking about.
Number 27.
Lola Thurman will lead things off for the Rangers. And Juan Aguilar toes the rubber for the Rockies. Oh, I have to remind you of the Grand Slam. Yes, I do. Oh, Scott with a throw in the dirt, and an error will get Lola Thurman on first. You do not want her speed on the base pads. Look for her to steal in this at-bat. CJ Abrams is up now. First pitch swinging, pops it up behind third. That will stay up long enough for Tamlin to get under it for the out.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 30.
Hey, my team is my Cardinals are 0-2 as well, so I'm right there with you. I don't think my team's gonna make it to the next round unless we pull off 4 straight wins. Will any team go winless in this tournament? That'll be interesting to find out. Line drive past the shortstop, and that's in the left for a base hit. So an error and the single puts 2 runners on for the Rangers with 1 out, and Vladdy Jr. steps up. By the way, no one wants to ask me anything? $10? Is that too steep? I did $10 at the suggestion of Kamish because that's what pops up the punching out cancer alert. So that's why I set that as kind of like the minimum donation. Ground ball off Aguilar, but they will get Vlad at first. Runners on second and third. Can the Rockies tiptoe out of danger as Yasel Pino steps in? With 2 on, 2 out, and he lines a base hit up the middle. No! Louis Flores with the sliding catch saves 2 runs. Well, definitely 1, maybe 2 runs. And the Rockies get out of danger in the first. And we'll come up to bat here in the bottom of the first. Andre Dawson, the third, facing off against Chad Cuff. Keep tripping over my words, man. And he comes out of the gate throwing 3 straight balls, gets a strike on the outside corner. Another strike, so he works his way back full. Ground ball to second. Barrios is up with it over the first, and that's out number 1. Now the hero of the top of the first, Luis Flores,
Luis Flores.
will now step up to the plate. And he hits the line drive single to center. Flores is looking good in this game. Next up is J.J. Ryder. He has got some boosted stats. Not only is he locked in with his mojo, but he has also got increased stats versus right-handed pitching, as he is one of those, what's it called? Not platoon. Oh, whatever. He's much better at hitting versus righties than he is versus lefties. It's late. Off with the pitch, stealing, slides in, safe with the stolen base by Flores. And then, so Wirtz is looking to drive in Flores from second. Strike one, 3-1 to Wirtz. Curveball floats in, strike two. And he misses ball four. 2 on for the Rockies. This is eerily similar to the first inning. 2 outs, 2 on for Josh Brewster. The catcher fouls it away. Lines it down the third baseline. Foul. That could have been trouble. Brewster fighting. He's down 0-2. And he grounds it to first. Guerrero picks it up, and that's out number 3. So both teams threaten with 2 runners in each inning. An error and a hit for the Rangers, and a walk and a hit for the Rockies.
Number 19.
Rangers Rockies. That's gonna get confusing. Alex Lee is locked in. So he's got a little bit of increased stats for this game. He hit I think he hit the game-winning home run in the last game that we simulated. But he pops out the first here for the first out.
Left fielder, number 20.
Next up, number 20, Jack Trainer. I always felt like I could be a good, like, PA announcer at a stadium.
No, inside.
I feel like I've got the voice for it, don't you think? I don't know if I could still do, like, broadcasting where I have to talk constantly because you hear me tripping over my words all the time. But I feel like I'd be good at, like, announcing lineups and who's up to bat and pitching changes and announcements. I feel like I'd be good at that. How do I get into that? How did I get that gig?
Number 23, Brandon Trevino.
Brendan Trevino. By the way, if you guys want to ask me anything, you can ask about anything, including what I wanted to be when I grew up, when I was a kid. What job would I want to have if I didn't have the job that I currently have? Like, what's my dream job, I guess? I wouldn't say I'm working in my dream job right now, but I feel like it's the best job that pays enough money for me to support my family, because my dream jobs all probably wouldn't pay enough. Or it's too late for me to go do. Become a professional ball player and then retire. Yeah. I feel like if I act like when I was a kid, if I'd actually focused on getting better at baseball, I might have had a chance for the majors, because I had a good amount of natural baseball talent. I just never put enough work in to develop it. Yeah, sure, Danny. Sure. You will never catch me rooting for the Cubs, ever. Not in real life, not in eMLB. Dribbler down the third baseline, fair. Gets the out at first, but will not turn the double play. So Michael Scott is tense currently, as I believe that mojo was due to the error that he had in the first inning. And Juan Ramos will come in to pinch hit here with 2 outs and a runner on first. And he lines it into right for a base hit. So 2 on, 2 out, and we'll flip the order over to Andre Dawson. Let's see. Dawson has yet to get a hit in this tournament. And that will continue as a sharp hit ground ball to Barrios, or no, to Abrams will be grabbed and thrown over to first. To the third, still tied at 0.
Center fielder, number 36, Luis Maldonado.
Luis Maldonado is... So Hudson Cox will take over for Okay, good. Okay, so the computer's actually doing this right. They put Cox at third. They moved Tamlin over to short. I like that. That's the defensive replacement they needed to do. After the pinch hit for Michael Scott. Aguilar is full against... who was hitting? I forgot who was hitting. But he gets a single either way. Lola Thurman is stepping in. Reached on an error last at bat. Runners off with the pitch. Throw down to second. Will get the runner at second. I think the Aguilar's ability of pick officer came into play, as he is really adept at holding base runners in the out of the park baseball file. So I gave him the ability that slows down runners when they try to steal.
The third baseman, number 14.
CJ Abrams steps in now as Thurman grounds out to second. Aguilar looking to post another scoreless inning, give the Rockies a chance to walk it off in the bottom half. Fouls it away. 1-2. Another foul ball. Abrams hanging in there. But he strikes out swinging on the fastball up. And that will be the inning. The Rockies have a chance to walk it off here in the bottom. Luis Flores, who had the 2-run saving sliding catch in the top of the first in center. With runners on second and third, he made a sliding catch on a diving line drive to keep the runs off the board. But he strikes out swinging here. Cuff is not slowing down. Next up is J.J. Ryder. Pops it into foul territory. Guerrero has plenty of room, and he pulls it in for out number 2. This game between 2-0 teams is not disappointing unless you wanted more offense. Then you're probably disappointed. But here comes Bill Wirtz. Almost gets hit by the pitch. 2-1 here to Wirtz. 3-1. Cuff delivers. Line drive to first, right at Guerrero. And we're going to extras. Juan Aguilar still on the mound for the Rockies as they opt to not go with a reliever. Barrios is up. Checks his swing on the fastball up, ball 1. But he whiffs through that one, strike 3. Next up is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Strike 1. Ground ball to second. Dawson up with it over to first. The automatic runner at second will get to third on the play, but it still requires a hit from Yasel Pino to drive in the run. Unless they walk like 3 batters in a row. I guess it doesn't require a hit technically. It will require Pino to get on base though. And he delivers. Pino with a base hit up the middle puts the Rangers on top 1-0. And that will probably be it for Aguilar. Yes, it will. Wyatt Mills will come in to pitch, facing off against Alex Lee, who is also still locked in on the mojo scale. Fouls it away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Mills. Inside, ball 2. Fouls it away. We'll do it again. 2-2 pitch. Just missed the inside corner, ball 3. Runner will be off with the pitch, and it's fouled away. We'll do the 3-2 again from Mills. Fly ball to the right. That is going to drop fair down the line into the corner. Runner was off with the pitch. He will round third. He's heading home. The throw is not cut off, and he is safe, and Lee will pull into third. I don't know if they count it as a triple or not, but it's at least an RBI double, and Texas puts 2 runs on the board here in the top of the 4th. Next up is Jack Trainer, looking to drive in Lee from third. 3 straight balls from Mills. This is not looking good for the Rockies. Finally puts a strike over. Strike 2 on the outside. Full count pitch. And that is a long fly ball, deep right field. That ball is gone. Jack Trainer doubles the lead for the Rangers as he goes 411 feet to right field. And that's his second home run of the tournament. He's driven in 7 in the 3 games that he's played in so far. That is an immense clip. He might be leading the league in RBIs right now. Or I guess leading the tournament. And the Rangers have now put up 4 on the Rockies here. 2-1. Way out in front of the slider there. Strike 3 looking. That will end the inning, but not before the Rangers put up a 4 spot on the Rockies. So they have some work to do, leading off with Brewster. Chad Cuff still on the mound, looking to preserve the shutout.
That's a strike and a half, my friend.
Fouled away. 0-2's fouled away. Ding! Checks his swing, ball up.
No, outside. Nope, no.
Full count pitch. And that's a long fly ball, deep right field. That's going to split the gap and get to the wall. 1 run will score as Josh Brewster leads off the inning with an RBI double. The Rockies are not going to go quietly as they put up a run. They still need some base runners, though. Juan Ramos, one of the 2 Juan Ramoses on this team. C.D. Pelham will now come in, though. Bring in the lefty-lefty matchup. Not that it matters too much in this game, because there's no lefty-righty splits. Unless I give them the ability to increase versus certain-handedness at the plate. Ball just missed the inside corner. 2-2 to Ramos. Strike 3 swinging on the fastball. That's the first out. Next up is Theodore Williamson. Johnny Watson will now come in for Josh Brewster on the base pads. Not sure I would have made that move yet, because his run doesn't matter at this point. But hey, I'm not controlling what the teams do. 2-1 count to Williamson. Line drive up the middle. Barrios with the backhand over the first for out number 2. And the Rangers are 1 out away from going 3-0 in this tournament and giving the Rockies their first loss of the tournament. Brick Tamland will step up. Takes a strike over the inside corner. 1-1 from Pelham. Ground ball through the hole. That's a base hit. And now we have the tying run coming to the plate in the form of Hudson Cox.
Number 29, Hudson Cox.
Let's see how this matchup goes. Strike 1 from Pelham. Ball up in the zone. 1-1. A dribbler out in front of the mound. Pelham with it over to first. And the Rangers will hold off the Rockies in extras to win this game 4-2. The 2-run home run by Brendan Trevino proves to be the difference, which actually I just realized there was a home run hit and I didn't add it to the counter. Y'all are supposed to keep me accountable for this. Come on. Where's the, hey, you missed a home run on the counter? That was the only home run, right? I think that was the only home run. Yeah, 1 home run from Jack Trainer. So the Rockies will fall to 2-1 on the tournament, and the Rangers will improve to 3-0. Just the 1. Yeah, now you tell me. I've got a counter up here. You got to remind me to update it when it happens. All right, so let's take a look at that group again real quick. So that is Group F. We now have the Rangers and Rockies at the top with 3-0 and 2-1. The Royals and Mets are still to play with both with 0-2 records. So now we've got some Group D action where all of the teams are 1-1. So it'll be interesting to see who takes the advantage here. It will end up exactly like what was it, Group E? Yeah, where the teams are either 2-1 or 1-2. So this is another good game, good group to watch. But the A's and Tigers will go at it. Solo home run by Vince Trueblood. And that's the difference, as the Tigers will take down the A's, and we bump it up to 17. Tigers will now be at the top of the group. Will the Marlins or Yankees join them? We shall see. Cardinals, Expos. GT, if GT's still here. I need a win. Please let me win. I need a win. Cardinals are 0-2. Expos are 1-1. And we will see what happens here. Will the Cardinals fall to 0-3? Or will the Expos let them climb back into the standings? No wins. Here we go. Dalen Lyle with the 2 RBI double. The Cardinals are on the board. The Cardinals are on the board at 1-2. Montreal also is 1-2. And now we just got to hope the Astros beat the Rays, so we're all within a game of each other. Dalen Lyle comes through with the 2 RBI. And now we've got the Brewers versus the Orioles here. Orioles are 2-0 on the tournament, leading Group B, whereas the Brewers are stuck at 1-1 after they lost to the Phillies and beat the White Sox. Here we go. A 3-run home run. A 3-run home run is not going to win it for the Brewers, as the Orioles come back and win 4-3 after going down 3-0 on the 3-run home run. We will up the counter to 18, but the Orioles will take a commanding 3-0 lead in the group. If the White Sox upset the Phillies, the Orioles will have a 2-game lead going into the final 3 games, and that might not be surmountable, because remember, only the top team will move on from each group. Only the top team. So, here's an interesting one. We've got the Reds versus the Padres. Padres surprising 0-2. The Reds a surprising 2-1. Do the Padres get back on track and knock off the undefeated Reds? I believe that this is a must-win for the Padres, because falling to 0-3 when another team is 3-0 pretty much spells doom. I think we're going to watch this game. We are going to watch this one. We're going to watch Sean Clisby take on Jimmy Sherman in the matchup of the Reds and the Padres because of the stakes here. The stakes for the Padres are huge. Holy moly, a lot of tired people. The Reds are super. Did they have an extra inning game or something? Good Lord. Some people have down in mojo too. All right. You know what? I'm just going to set suggested lineup. Okay. I'm going to swap these two, because that makes more sense. I'm still going to have LeBlanc lead off. Trey Giffey needs to hit third. He is on fire. Literally, it says he's on fire. Who's normally the shortstop? Correa is... Correa is doing about as bad as PA, but I think I'd rather have Correa there. So many people are drained here. Why is Jimmy Hernandez the DH? What in the world? I'm putting Robert Hassel in a DH. Okay. What is this game? Go home game. You're drunk. Okay, here we go. I think that's good for the Reds. We'll play ball. And then we'll look at the Padres. Tatis is down in mojo, but he's okay. Benitez is a little tired, but it's not affecting his stats at all. So I think we can roll with what they've got. Yeah, we'll roll with that. With Jimmy Sherman on the mound. Here we go. Reds, Padres. Padres looking to avoid falling to 0-3 and being pretty much done in this tournament with only half of the games played. If they lose, I'm pretty much saying they're out of it. So this is a key game. The Reds looking to go up 3-0 in this group stage. Or the pool party, as Kanish called it. Nice catch by Tatis, who increases his mojo on the first play of the game when he was down in mojo to start the game. George Mendros. Lines it over to third, foul. Strike three, swinging.
Batting, the center fielder, number 15.
Two quick outs for Jimmy Sherman, and brings up the best hitter in the Reds lineup, Trey Griffey, who is considered on fire right now, increasing all of his stats. But he's quickly down 0-2, and he strikes out swinging on 3 pitches. Sherman sets him down 1-2-3. Yuna Kim will lead it off for the Padres. And she's quickly down 0-2. But she puts a charge into it left field, but Mendros is able to track it down and left for out number 1.
Third baseman, number 21.
Next up is Fernando Tatis Jr. Aggressive at-bats from the Padres, pretty much swinging at everything at this point, and he's also down 0-2. Fouls it away. Another foul ball. Oh, and he gets nailed by the pitch on the inside. And he will take his base. Next up is the star shortstop, Asher Kim. Ball in the dirt, but not far enough away for Tatis to advance. Ball 2 inside. Ball 4. 2 runners on now as a hit by pitch and a walk will bring up Franmil Reyes to the plate with a chance to do some damage here in the first. And Clisby is having a hard time finding the zone right now. 3 balls, no strikes. And he walks him on 4 straight pitches. The bases will be loaded for Luis Salazar. Puts a fastball in the middle, fouled away for strike 1. 3-1. Is he about to walk in a run? No, strike 2. Full count. Bases loaded. The pitch from Clisby. Fouled away. Clisby sets, winds. Another foul ball. Salazar is fighting. 3 straight foul balls on a full count. Strike 3 gets him looking on the outside corner. That is huge for Clisby. And now it's going to be up to Shamar Hosky to try to put in some runs for the Padres. Ground ball. Alzagari with the diving stop over to first to get the slow running Hosky. And the Reds will tight rope out of danger. Had the bases loaded with only 1 out. And a strikeout and a ground out gets Clisby out of trouble. Humphrey with a fly ball to center. Yuna Kim settles underneath it, and she puts it away for out number 1. Excuse me.
Number 29.
Next up is Pat Contestable. Strike one over the outside corner. Foul away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3 swinging. Sherman is having no problem with these Reds hitters as he set down the first 5 to face him. Make that 6, 2 straight. 1, 2, 3 innings for Sherman. And the Padres will look to put some runs on the board in the bottom of the second. Yo, what's up, coach? How are you doing? I'm doing well. Welcome into my annual stream. Because I have not streamed since the last time I participated in the streamathon. Yeah, it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. You still got the mod sword in my channel from all those years ago. By the way, you see that incentive? If we hit 5K before Saturday, I'm shaving my head. Now, it would have made more of a difference if it was before I already got a like semi buzz cut. But still, I will shave it all the way down as far as I can if we hit the 5K. Yeah, I am doing well. Glad to hear you're doing well. I know I'm not around streams anymore. I'm really not on Twitch at all. Like I said, this is the first time I've streamed since the last streamathon. The only time I'm really ever on Twitch is when I'm watching Kamish do our eMLB sims. I'm really never on Twitch anymore, so don't take it personally. It's not that I'm not around your stream on purpose. Strike 3 to Benitez, and we will go to the third. This is a two hitless team so far.
Designated hitter, number 31.
How's Madden coach the game, not your son? Family is doing well. My Addie starts 2nd grade next week, which is crazy. And she actually tested into the advanced education program. So excited for her. She is super smart. Like she was already reading chapter books in 1st grade. Yeah, I know. All the way back in COVID 2020, she was 3 and was not in school yet. Yeah, and then my wife now has a new job. She is the the planning director for a gymnastics gym, which is the same gymnastics gym that my daughter takes lessons from, and that's how she found out about the job, actually. So my wife is in charge of all of coordinating all of the scheduled birthday parties. She's also teaching a gymnastics class now for preschoolers, which is crazy. So she's got a new job, which has made our lives extremely busy, as you can imagine. So we're all doing well. Hope your family, hybrid. My company required hybrid. Fly ball to center. That's gonna be the first hit of the game. Sorry, I'm gonna switch back into game mode because this is a key game for the Padres. He gonna go to 3rd on the play. I don't even know who hit that. Was that Yuna? Yeah, that was Yuna Kim with the triple. So context, crazy coach. I'm doing this World Cup style this year. So the 8 groups of 4 teams. They play 6 games, 2 games home and away against each of the teams in their group. Only the group winner moves on. The Padres are considered the #1 seed in the tournament, and that will be a sacrifice. No, not a sacrifice fly. The Padres are considered the #1 seed in the tournament because they won the eMLB World Series in our latest season. But they've dropped the first 2 games in group play to the Angels and the Braves. The Reds, on the other hand, are 2-0, beating the Braves and the Angels. And so if the Padres drop to 0-3 here, they're pretty much out of the tournament already, and they're with only half of the games played. But the leadoff triple by Yuna Kim might not come to anything here, as Yuna Kim is the winning run in these 3-inning games. A fly out to right that did not bring her home, and a strikeout has brought the Reds 1 out away from getting out of this. 2-1 to Franmil Reyes. Fouls it away. 2-2 pitch coming from Clisby. Stays alive. Woo! That one's yanked foul. Line drive over to 3rd. Crazy, are you doing the streamathon with us this year? Oh, I just realized I didn't answer your question fully. I'm hybrid. My company at the start of this year required I have to go to the office 3 days a week. So Monday and Friday I work from home. Tuesday through Thursday I work in the office. So, which is a little frustrating. I wish I full-time work from home. It'd be a lot easier on our schedule. So Curtis Taylor will come in for Clisby with the game on the line as the walk to Franmil Reyes brings up Luis Salazar. Line drive just misses. That's a foul ball. 0-2 pitch to Salazar. Oh, no. Is that how the game will end? Oh, my gosh. That's how the game's going to end. A comebacker just absolutely rails the pitcher. I forgot who was pitching, but it absolutely gets railed. And that's how the winning run will score. Oh. Oh my goodness. The Padres avoid dropping to 0-3 with the win over the Reds. The Reds drop to 2-1. Still lead the group. But oh my goodness. Someone please clip that. That was insane. Ouch. Who was the pitcher? The pitcher was Taylor. Curtis Taylor took a shot to the nuts as the game ends. Sorry, crazy. I wasn't ignoring you. I was trying to get through that crazy sequence. But I'm so sorry to hear about your dad. I'll definitely be praying for your dad and your family. So who's those 3 of your siblings at home? Okay. Your siblings will be with you and we'll take most of that time. I think it's the last 2 weeks. A lot of my world has changed. Okay. Yeah. I hope he heals from that. But yeah, definitely we'll be praying for you guys and your family. Thank you, Minerva, for getting that clip. Oh man, that was a wild ending. So Jimmy Sherman posts the shutout with 5 strikeouts. Yuna Kim had the triple and scored the run on the crazy Franmil Reyes. Ready to play. Yeah, absolutely understand that, Coach. Absolutely understand that. Life, family comes first. Absolutely. Like I didn't stream as much as I wanted to tonight because my wife had a migraine and I had to, I was on dad duty until my daughter went to bed, or else I would have started my stream earlier. All right, so with that, let's take a look at the standings for that group. Although it's kind of behind. Here, I'll move this out of the way real quick. So the Reds are 2-1 in the group. In Group A at the top left here, the Angels are 1-1, the Braves are 1-1, and the Padres avoid falling to 0-3. They still have a chance. They are going to be rooting. Actually, it doesn't matter who they root for. They will, no matter what, they will be within 1 game of the lead in the group, which is a lot better than being down 3 games. So the Padres took care of business there. That was a key game for them. And we will move on to able to get to any Cards games this summer. I've been to a bunch, actually. What I do is the Cardinals every spring they have they have a spring training sale where they sell a bunch of weekday games for $6 that comes with $6 to use at the park. So they basically pay for themselves. And me and my brother just snatch up a bunch of them at the beginning of the year, and we're pretty much going to 1 game a month. In May we went to 2 of them, and then I've gone to a couple more games with Addie. Got some free tickets from a play ball event that was a lot of fun. So yeah, we've been to a bunch. I'm going to one at the end of this month, and then 3 more in September. So yeah, don't matter, Coach. KC is the better team. Yeah, my Cardinals are playing like crap right now. I'm not going to really talk about that. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs the way they're playing right now. So hopefully we'll see some more wins in person before the season's over. Anyway, moving on. Phillies. Speaking of crazy coach, I want to. You're pitching this game, but I'm trying to get through as many games simulated as possible. I was only doing highlighted games that had a real impact on the outcome of groups. So I'm not going to show this game, but you are pitching in this game. I am going to have to simulate it though, because there's 96 pool play games to get through. What game am I on here? Oops. Go around the horn. There we go. We're on game 42. So we're not even halfway done yet. So yeah, we're gonna simulate this, but Corbin Co is the starting pitcher, and I've given you the elite slider trait based on your out of the park baseball ratings. So we'll see what happens. You're hoping to drop the White Sox to 0-3 in Group B, where the Orioles are 3-0. So you need to win to keep pace with them. If you drop to 1-2, it might be difficult to overcome a two game deficit with 3 games to play. So we'll see what happens. Oh my goodness, the White Sox pull off the upset. Oh no. Oh, there weren't any home runs, so I don't need to change the counter. So the Orioles now have a 2-game lead on the rest of the group in Group B in the top right-hand corner, as they're 3-0. Everyone else is 1-2. The Phillies beat the Brewers but lost to the White Sox. The White Sox beat the Phillies but lost to the Brewers, and the Brewers beat the White Sox and lost to the Phillies. And all of them lost to the Orioles. So with 3 games to play, I think, honestly, the Orioles probably only need one more win to clinch the group. Because if they win one, so if they go to 4-2, technically another team could tie them. So they will need some help. But one win will, unless another team goes 3-0, one win will clinch it for the Orioles. So that'll be interesting to watch. Oh, now we've got the Royals and the Mets, who are both 0-2. A loss here would pretty much end their tournament. So both teams looking to avoid going 0-3, because the other 2 teams in their group already at 3 wins and 2 wins. So you must get a win here in order to even have a chance. So we'll see who will come out on top here. Royals and Mets. We got Minerva versus Denbrew. Here we go. 3 home runs that game, and the Royals pull it off. Holy moly. Hold on. I need to run that back slow-mo. I'm going to run that back slow-mo. I got my stream pulled up on this other one. I'm gonna pull this up slow-mo. I will read out to you all that happened, because there was a bunch. It went 13 innings. Are you kidding me? No, wait, that's not right yet. Nope, I don't need to go half speed yet. Hold on. Goodness gracious. That was a crazy game. Oh, I paused it by... Oh, come on. Why did it... Hold on. Please hold. Please hold. I'm trying to play this back. Okay, I gotta rewind it a little bit. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let's slow this down. I'm gonna read out everything that happened. Parker hit a sac fly. Anderson hit a solo home run. Fajardo hit a sac fly. A bunch of ends the threat. Parker with a solo home run. Brooks with an RBI double. Dewey with a solo home run. Final in 13 innings. So was that 3 home runs? I think it was 3 home runs. 13 innings, 3 home runs. I'm glad I didn't show that one on stream, or else we would have been here forever. Goodness gracious. Okay. So we have 1 home run from Anderson. 1 from Parker. 1 from Dewey. So 3 home runs. The Royals won 4-3 in 13 innings. Goodness gracious. So we're now up to 21 home runs. And holy moly. Sorry, I had to make sure I got that right. So the Royals will avoid dropping to 0-3. The Mets are pretty much out of it at this point. 1 win from the Rangers eliminates them completely. So now we've got the Diamondbacks and the Mariners, who are both at 1-1. They are looking to claw into contention with the Blue Jays, who are 2-0. We have Andre Palante taking on Champ Bell. Solo home run. And the Arizona Diamondbacks will jump to 2-1. 1 home run in that game. Goodness gracious. Diamondbacks are taking the group of death by storm. So now we've got the Marlins and the Rangers. One of these 2 teams will end up tied with the Tigers at the top of the group. Yeah, highlight of the season. Hey, there we go. What's up, Tim? Marlins and Yankees here. One of them will tie with the Tigers at 2-1. One of them will fall to 1-2 with the A's. And away we go. 2-1 win for the Marlins over the Yankees. And that will be it for that round. And I think we have 2 more games in slate number 3. Got the 0-2 Cubs taking on the 2-0 Blue Jays. You know what? This will be the last game we watch of the night. Then we will simulate the last one, which I believe is Angels versus Braves. But this is the same situation as the Padres were in. If the Cubs fall to 0-3, they're pretty much out, and they're one of the top teams in this tournament. I don't know why. We need to drop Godwin down in the order a little bit. Smith, Lynch. That Andrew Neuf is real on the Cubbies. Yeah, sure. My team started out 0-2 as well, so I don't want to hear it. I think normally he has Jackie Roberts leading off with Danny Smith hitting second. Then Danny White. No, it's Herbeck, then White. And Godwin will play first. Lynch will be in right. Smith behind the plate, Charlie Moore at short, and Espelin at second. Yeah, we'll go with that. With Connor Siebold taking the mound for the Cubs. And then we've got the Blue Jays, J-Rod Carew. This will be the second time we've seen the Blue Jays on stream today, as we saw them take down the Mariners as 2 1-0 teams earlier. And is Murray is still not better. But okay, his stats are better than his stats are still better than Stevenson's. I'm putting him back in the game. All right. Here we go. They have Juan Coelho going for the Blue Jays. Here we go. Now, if the Jays can just lose by 2 is what Tim specifically wants, because that will put the That will put the Diamondbacks in first place in the group, wouldn't it?
The energy rising here at Stade Royale. Mind your step on the sticky, squelchy floors. It's time for the ball game.
The sticky, squelchy floors. That does not sound appealing.
Now batting, left fielder, number 89, Jackie Roberts.
Stepping in is Jackie Roberts. The Cubs looking to avoid going to 0-3. And the Blue Jays looking to jump to 3-0 and have a good shot at winning the division in the group. And they leads off the inning with a base hit. Roberts rounds first, looked at second, but did not go.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 17.
Danny Smith Jr. with his creator in the chat. Can he bring some good mojo? Stealing on the first pitch is Roberts. Throw is in the dirt. Would have beat him, but could not handle it. And he's in the second with a stolen base. Coelho is quickly down to the hole 3-0. The backdoor slider gets a strike. Pickoff attempts at second. No can do. Fouled it away. Full count on Danny Smith Jr. Fly ball, deep center field. Did he do it? That's going to be brought in the deepest part of the ballpark by Merriman. However, Roberts does advance to third on the play. Danny Smith Jr. just missed that. Kent Herbeck Jr. will now step in. Excuse me. No, Minerva, last year I made this in Super Mega Baseball 4, and the wild pitch allows the run to score. That was close. That was a close play. That's a home run at any Little League park. Yeah, if they played Winter League ballpark, that would have been a home run. So no, last Minerva, when I did this last year, it was in Super Mega Baseball 4 already. So I already had the rosters from last year. So I just had to move some players around, create all of the new players that have gotten into the league since the last time I did this, which was two seasons ago in eMLB. And then I updated all of the ratings for every player. Oh yeah. Super Mega Baseball 4 has been out for a while. It's been out for 3 or 4 years at this point. Three maybe. But yeah, I ran, no, not 3 or 4 years, 2 or 3 years. Maybe a year and a half. I don't know. But yeah, it's the exact same roster set that I started with last time, which is why I didn't have to create all the teams again. That took the longest. And a long fly ball, deep center field. That ball is gone. Solo home run for the Blue Jays. I wasn't paying attention to who was hitting. Who was that? J-Rod Carew with another home run, his second one of the stream. That brings the home run counter to 23. I hope Sean doesn't regret committing to the $1 per home run. Do I have a link I used to the guide to make the logos, or did y'all make them from scratch? I don't know where that link ended up. It was definitely a template. And a fly ball off the wall. That's going to be a double. Blue Jays are getting to Seabold early. I'll have to look. It was a full-on Google Sheets document that had all of the instructions on how to make the teams. The only one I had to do from scratch was Portland, because obviously there's no guide for that one. I did that one myself, and that's why the logo looks so janky, because I use an in-game antelope logo. Diving play by the first baseman. I believe that was I can't remember the CCP of Diz. I can't remember his name. Grounded the third. Herbeck will keep the runner at third close. And now Ed Brown is looking to drive in. He had a couple of singles up the middle. He still has a 1,000 batting average for the tournament in game number 3 here. Ball away. Strike one. What I really wish, Minerva, I really wish that they made the rosters shareable. I can't share this roster with anyone. It's only available on my local game, which is so annoying because I would love to share this roster out, but I don't know. They might get in trouble for copyright stuff. Godwin, that's the first baseman. Anthony Godwin. So we have a 1-1 game after one, and now we have one strike. Well, no. See, here's the thing. I'm playing on Xbox because I have Game Pass, and this game came out for Game Pass. If I had made it on Steam, that would actually be shareable because you could find the rosters in all of the folders on PC. Those can be shared just because of the nature of it being on PC. I can't get to that same access with the Xbox.
Catcher number 27, Will Smith.
Sneaky consoles. But because it was on Game Pass, I didn't have to pay for it, so. So we have a leadoff single for the Cubs. No, not a leadoff single. There's one out already. What am I thinking? Steals. Porter does not get him at second. That's the second stolen base from the Cubs, which is impressive considering Ham Porter has a cannon for an arm behind the plate. Well, actually, I remember the first throw was in the dirt. Full count to Will Smith, the catcher for the Cubs, and he pops it into left. Brown is going to get underneath it and bring it in for out number 2.
Now batting, the
Charlie Moore, the shortstop, will step in,
Moore.
looking to bring in the runner from second. Bloops one over third, but that's going to land foul. Chops it foul to third. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball to third. Carew picks it up and throws it over to first for the third out of the inning. Blue Jays coming up with Ramirez, Porter, and Rogers set to pitch? Set to hit. What am I doing? You're not set to pitch. They're position players. Quickly down 0-2. Seabold locking in after a rough start to the game where he gave up the home run and the double. But he has settled down since then and has shut down this Blue Jays lineup, keeping this score level at 1. And a squibber over to second. Espelin's up with it over to Godwin for out number 2. Brendan Rodgers will step in.
Brendan Rodgers.
And Rodgers' first pitch swinging hits the line drive up the middle for a base hit.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Next up is the center fielder, Jose Merriman. Fouls it away to the right. Ball in the dirt. Line drive into the gap. Merriman on his horse. Danny Smith tries to cut it off and bring it in quickly. Rounding third and heading home. The throw to the plate is not in time. The Blue Jays take the 2-1 lead on the double by Merriman,
29.
who is the last batter in the lineup, by the way. No more for his defense and his offense, but the Blue Jays take a 2-1 lead here on the bottom of the second. And they will intentionally walk J-Rod Carew, who hit the home run earlier, and get to Jordan Cage. Will that pay off? 2 outs, 2 on. Cage hits it through the hole for a base hit on the first pitch. Lynch is up and throwing, throw to the plate. Gets him at the plate. What a throw by Lynch. Cuts down the runner at the plate. And the Blue Jays will only take a 1-run lead into the third. What a cannon from Lynch. But the Cubs will still be chasing one. Juan Coelho still on the mound for the Blue Jays, looking to shut the Cubs down. and pretty much end any hope of them advancing in this tournament. But Tank Espelin will lead things off with a shot into the left center field gap. That's going to be 2. And the Cubs quickly put the tying run on base with a leadoff double. Jackie Roberts will step in, 1 for 1 so far this game. Cubs are fighting with Juan Coelho still on the mound. No reliever yet. Fouls it away. 1-1 to Roberts. Pops it straight up. Coelho settles underneath it, and that will be out number 1. Danny Smith Jr. If there was a chance for this man to show that he's one of the best players in the game, it's right here, right now. And he lines it through the hole. That's a base hit. That's going to tie the ball game. Espelin around third. He will score, and Danny Smith Jr. slides into second with a double. Switches places with Espelin, and the Cubs have tied the game. They will look to add on and take the lead. How's the party going? We've had some pretty good games. The Royals and who were the Royals playing? The Royals and the Mets went 13 innings. Fortunately, it was a simulated game, or else we would have still been watching that. The Royals picked up their first win of the tournament and knocked the Mets down to 0-3. Juan Coelho will give way to Jose Alvarado. 2 outs in the inning. Danny White is looking to drive in the go-ahead run from second after Danny Smith Jr. tied the game with an RBI double. But he's down 1 ball, 2 strikes. Alvarado with the pitch. Ball inside. 2-2 to White. Just misses outside, full count. Fastball down the middle is fouled away. That was a dangerous pitch. But instead, he will dribble it out to the mound, and the Blue Jays will avoid giving up the lead to the Cubs. 1 run will win it. Murray, Gretzky, Brown, the heart of the Toronto lineup, with Seabold still on the mound. It's a bold move by the manager. Oh, and he takes one to the crotch. But Will Smith recovers in time to get Murray at first. Holy moly.
Now pitching, number
Mike
16.
Paisley will come in now for Connor Seabold after he took the shot to the crotch. But Will Smith made a great defensive play on there to spring out from the catcher spot and get Murray at first. Fouled away. 1-2 pitch from Paisley. Strike 3, swinging. Gretzky goes down. And now it's up to Ed Brown, who has gotten out for the first time this tournament earlier this game, but is looking to send the Toronto Blue Jays home with a 3-0 record if he can get a charge in one. 2-1 pitch from Paisley. Ball inside. Foul ball down the right side. And that will be a walk. 2 of them are gone, but do you want to get a podcast pal stream together? But we don't do streams. I don't know what we're going to do with the podcast pals. We actually didn't renew the software that we used to record because that was a lot of money, especially when 2 people are now out and not contributing. So I don't know if we're going to really be doing a lot of combined podcast stuff anymore. Maybe we will, but we will have to figure out a different way to record it. All right, so full count pitch. Fouls it away. Paisley gets the strikeout, and we are heading to extras. Paisley with ice in his veins shuts down the heart of the Toronto lineup. Godwin, Lynch, and I couldn't see who was up third. Why is Danny White? Oh, they put a pinch run. Danny White's on second. They put a pinch runner in for Danny White to get some more speed on the base pads for Anthony Godwin, who is at the plate. 2-1. We still have Alvarado on the mound. 2-2 pitch. Pops it straight up over to short. Cage has no problem with that one for out number 1. Next up is Ryan Lynch.
Ryan Lynch.
Gets away, but the runner will not advance. Did not get too far away from Porter. Ground ball to short. Cage with a diving stop. He's going to get the runner at third, and he's going to get caught in a rundown. What a play. Oh, my. So much happening in that play. Jordan Cage with a diving stop was able to get the runner on second in a rundown, but the second baseman, Brendan Rodgers, dropped the throw from Carew, and all of the runners are safe. Now there's a double steal attempt, and he's out at third anyway. What is going on? Insanity in this game. What is going on? The go-ahead run is on second for the Cubs, but Will Smith is up 2-2. Full count pitch coming from Alvarado. Ground ball to second. Rodgers over to first, and that will be the inning. Goodness gracious, what a crazy sequence. The double steal ends up hurting the Cubs, and now the Toronto Blue Jays have the winning run on second. Braylon Marquez will come in and take over for Mike Paisley, who did a fantastic job last inning, but it's definitely time for a new reliever. Cubs trying to keep the D-backs out of it. Ground ball to short. Moore is up with it over to first, and that will be out number one. No advance of the runner there, so not a good at-bat for Porter there. Brendan Rodgers will step in. Fly ball to center. Smith racing back. Tagging is the runner at second. He's going to go to third. Safe under the tag. He looked like he was out. Ooh. That was never make the last out at third, and he almost did that. Kevin Burns will pinch hit for Jose Merriman with the winning run on third. They bring in the bat. Just be like, huh? 1-1. Marquez looking to shut the door and send us to the fifth. Fly ball to center. And that will be easy money for Danny Smith Jr. And we will be on to the fifth. Wow. What a game. The Cubs are fighting tooth and nail to stay in this tournament. Charlie Moore will lead things off. Arturo Herrera will come in to pitch for Jose Alvarado. Burns is at first. Gretzky's now in center after Merriman was pinch hit for. Which actually is funny because I think Harris was training Gretzky to be a center fielder this spring. So that's not out of the realm of possibility. First batter goes down swinging. And then we got Tank Esplin, who hit a double as a part of the two-run rally for the Cubs. Ben Santola, though, will come in to pinch hit. Both the Blue Jays and the Cubs are emptying their reserves to try to get any advantage in this game. Ground ball to short. Cage with the backhand. Nicely done over to first for out number two. And it'll be down to Jackie Roberts with the runner on second. Still haven't moved him up. Fastball away. Arturo Herrera looking to keep things tied and give his team another chance to walk it off in the bottom half. 1-2 strikes to Roberts. The pitch. Popped it up. Brendan Rodgers is underneath it. And he will get it for out number three. The top of the lineup coming up for the Blue Jays against Braylon Marquez. We got a runner at second. Santola is now at first, and they will intentionally walk. Godwin slides over to second. Santola takes over at first in the defensive replacements. So the intentional walk to start. And that is the ball game. First pitch swinging from Jordan Cage. Lines it into the gap. And the runner from second will score. And they won't count that second run. But the Blue Jays have pretty much ended the tournament for the Cubs as they win 3-2. Jordan Cage with the walk-off RBI double. And the Blue Jays will move to 3-0 in the group over the 2-1 Diamondbacks, the 1-2 Mariners, and the 0-3 Cubs. That pretty much ends the tournament for the Cubs right there. So close. That double steal is probably going to haunt them, where they got the runner thrown out at third with, they had 2 on and 1 out. They did a double steal and runner got thrown out at third for the second out. J-Rod Carew is your player of the game. A home run, RBI, and a run scored. Jordan Cage, 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and an RBI, including the walk-off hit. That will probably spell disaster for the Cubs. And there's Harris with the Tansen Dino. All right, I believe that this is the last game of the third slate. Let's see, 3 games all there. Braves and Angels will play. No, there's 2 more. There's Rays and Astros as well. Everyone else has gotten to their 3-game set. All right, so Braves, Angels. Winner will bring themselves into a tie for the top of the group with the Reds. Loser will tie themselves with the Padres for a game back. So nothing detrimental if you win or lose. Nothing crazy happening. Either way, one team is going to be tied for the lead and the other team is going to be tied for a game back. So we will simulate this game. Braves, Angels. Oh my gosh. And the Braves shut down the Angels, the reigning tournament champions, mind you, 4-0. No home runs that game, so we keep the home run counter at 23. But that means that the top... Okay, who saw this coming, by the way? Who saw this coming? Here, let me move this again. The Reds and the Braves are on top of Group A over the Padres and Angels. Who saw this coming? Then the Angels, the only team they beat are the Padres. They lost to both the Reds and the Braves. The Padres beat the Reds, but oh my goodness. The Braves have beaten both the Padres and the Angels, but lost to the Reds. What is going on in this group? Holy moly. I think JR and Kenny Limber will be pleased with this one. So anyway, last game of the set and last game of the night, we will watch. Well, not watch. We're not going to watch this one. The Rays take on the Astros. I'm rooting for the Astros in this one because I need them to not let the Rays go 3-0. Corbin Martin versus Denny Martinez. Last game of the third slate. And it'll be a 1-0 win for the Rays, who are absolutely dominating this group. 3 wins, no losses. Cardinals, Astros, and Expos all sitting at 1-2. Not only are the Rays 3-0, but they have the best run differential in the tournament, followed closely by the Rangers at +9. So the Rays are +10, 3-0. There are 4 3-0 teams. We've got the Rays, the Orioles, the Rangers, and the Blue Jays. The Orioles and the Rays are in the best spot possible because if they win, they just need the rest of the teams to lose 1 game and then they clinch the spot, which is hilarious to think about because these are the 2 teams where GMs just left. I just realized this. The 2 teams in the best position out after 3 games are the 2 teams where the GMs just left. Now, just disclaimer, they didn't leave because of any issues with like how they ran the team or anything like that. They both just had a lot of stuff going on in their personal lives and needed to step down. But goodness gracious, it's hilarious that these are the 2 teams that are in the best position so far in this tournament. So yeah, we'll do a quick recap here. I'll move the incentives again. No one wanted to ask me a question, by the way. Come on, Matt. Come on, guys. That's just rude. We'll move that down here. $10. Ask me anything. Go for it. So Group A, we have the Reds and the Braves at 2-1, with the Padres and Angels at 1-2, which is insane. Orioles at 3-0, with the rest of the group at 1-2. Phillies, Brewers, and White Sox. Rays also up 3-0 with the rest of the group at 1-2, and the Cardinals, Astros, and Expos. Group D, we've got 2-1 for the Tigers and Marlins and 1-2 for the A's and Yankees. Group E, same thing. 2 teams at 2-1 and the Guardians and Nationals, with 2 teams at 1-2 and the Dodgers and Red Sox. Groups F and G are the perfect symmetry that you want to be. 3-0, 2-1, 1-2, 0-3, with the Rangers, Rockies, Royals, and Mets in Group F, and the Blue Jays, Diamondbacks, Mariners, and Cubs in Group G. And then Group H, unfortunately for the Stags, I feel like their tournament is pretty much over. They have to win out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see them. If they win out, they have to hope that the other teams only win 1 game each. They have to pretty much hope that what happens in the second slate is what happens in Group B and Group C in the first slate, where they win all 3 and they all defeat each other, where they only win 1 game each. And then the entire division, the entire group will be tied, and it comes down to run differential. That would be crazy. So yeah, that is the tournament standings as we sit. So with that, I'm going to end the stream here. Tomorrow night, we will take a break from the actual tournament and we will play some backyard sports. I will be playing my online head-to-head backyard baseball game for sure in the BBOL, the Backyard Baseball Online League. I will probably be playing a playoff game in the RBBL, which is called the Reddit Backyard Baseball League, which is the human versus AI league, where each person builds a team, builds an AI lineup, and you play against the AI version of your head-to-head matchup, and the other team does the same as well, and the better run differential wins the game. I'm in a playoff game 3 and a 3-game series. I won game 1, the other guy won game 2, so I need to play game 3. And then that has a Backyard Baseball 2001 league and a Backyard Baseball 2003 league. I'm in both. The 01 league is where I have game 3. The 03 league, I'm in the second round of the playoffs in that one. I had a first round bye, so I'll probably be playing a couple of those games as well. And then I just joined the Backyard Soccer Online League, and I have a few games to play for that as well. So a lot of backyard sports happening tomorrow. We will be back on Thursday. I will probably simulate round 4 offline and post the results in the Discord. So if you aren't in the Discord, which I'm pretty much sure all the people here are, but in case you aren't, join the Discord right there. It has all the stuff for eMLB and this streamathon. Please join that. And so I will probably simulate the round 4 games, slate 4, and then slates 5 and 6. Well, you know what? I might do 4, 5, and 6 on Thursday, where we do it this style, because I got through 2 and 3 pretty fast. Maybe we'll just do mostly simulated round 4, simulate a little bit round 5, and see what games will be like game clinchers or things like that. So thank you all so much for hanging out. I want to see if there's any person streaming. I'm going to go stream my good friend M. And Frisk. He is playing Power Pros baseball right now. I'm going to go send him some love, because he has been a great he's been a great friend to me on my content creation journey. So I'm going to send you guys over there. Let me pull up his stream first, make sure he's not going to end anytime soon. No, he's still playing right now. So we will go ahead and raid over to him. Raid. Thank you, Tim. I hope so too. She actually went to bed at the same time as our daughter went to bed. So, yeah. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. While we didn't get any donations tonight, hopefully we still hit the goal at the end of the streamathon. We have to tell Sean that he owes me $23 for the home run challenge. And if anyone else wanted to take that home run challenge, we had 23 home runs on stream tonight. We would love to see any contribution to the stream, to the charity streamathon, whether it's $1, $5, $10, $20, $100, $500, $1,000, whatever. All amounts help raise money to fight cancer, and I would be greatly appreciated. I would greatly appreciate any support we would get. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. But thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to go raid over to M.Frisk, tell him hello from the eMLB community, I guess. It's technically not my community because I never stream. But thank you guys again so much for watching. Stay blessed and take care. As I forget where my stream transition is. It's over here. See ya.